What's up, everybody, and welcome to Very Real Tournament, a comedy battlecast that pits two very real opponents against each other in a very real fight. And this week, we had an idea. What if Will Smith just fought himself?
Whoa. That's crazy.
I know,
should make a movie about that.
I know. Let me just see what's going on. Let me see if Will Smith is busy right now. I'm just going to check my phone. Check.
That sounds like a multi-dollar movie.
Oh, man, guys, dollars. You know what? We're actually just a little bit too late on this train because there's this movie called Gemini Man that just came out a couple days ago.
What?
And apparently Will Smith fights Will Smith.
Man, luckily you have a lawyer on this podcast now because I'm Ang Lee. I'm calling him up. We're getting the money.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. You know what? He's just two, like, Hitman clones, it says, like, here. What if we did, like, maybe a younger Will Smith versus, like, an older, more dapper Will Smith? Oh, that's in Gemini Man 2.
Oh, whoa.
He's younger, and he also has salt and pepper hair.
Gemini Man 2.
Oh, man. Then they both pull out a newspaper to the horoscope section, and they read their horoscopes, and it's like you will face
your future self in a fight.
In a gunfight.
Right, and then it's like, back and forth. Dude, it's a real Looper vibe.
If Gemini Man 2 was like Face Off?
Oh,
well, they just switch faces, old and young face onto the old and young body.
Yes,
it's a real Prince and Pauper situation. One of them's very rich, one of them's very poor.
Right.
What if my old face was on a young body?
It's like a commentary on them. Once you get older, people forget about you. Although Will Smith can not complain about that at all.
They're both rich. It's just one of them has to go home and deal with Jaden. That's the punishment.
And the other one doesn't have any kids or responsibilities.
Right.
Just has to deal with Kevin Klein.
One of them didn't do After Earth yet. That's what you want. Like
that's how he bases his life before and after Earth.
Right.
Well, that was 1AE.
That's pretty good. Yeah, this week, guys, we got a Will Smith battle for you. Mm-hmm. We thought we would take an opportunity to just talk about one of the biggest movie stars in the world. We haven't really talked about Will Smith a lot on this podcast, so we're doing two of his probably worst movies.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say biggest. I was going to cut you off, but you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You can go back. He's not always dropping.
He was in Hancock.
He was in Hancock.
Yeah, it's probably I don't know, man. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it. We got Deadshot from the illustrious Suicide Squad.
Oscar winning.
Right. That's costumes.
Technically true.
Yeah.
Right.
Best Harley Quinn cosplay is really the thing that they
Definitely
got.
Definitely Cancer Man.
And then he's taking on Jim West from Wild Wild West. You know the movie he did instead of The Matrix? Yeah, that one.
Desperado, Rough Rider, You Don't Want Nana.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So let's do this. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
I'm a real mean lady.
I'm Corey Music.
And it's about to get very real. Guys, trust me. I really, really want to talk about the man, the myth, the hero of the United States of America, William Smith. But first, we have to talk about this because my day was ruined. My life is changed forever because I got on that goddamn website, Twitter, for 2 minutes today.
All right.
I don't know why I did it to myself again, but I was on there, and let me just drop a bomb on you guys. Okay. Get ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
It's National Pizza Month, and because of that fact, DiGigorno is going to be delivering pizzas.
What?
Yes.
That's like Inception.
You
I don't
heard
understand.
me right, Corey.
That's like saying God's ironic. I don't even know
how to
what?
How do I live this life anymore? Knowing that, like, if I get a pizza delivered, it could be DiGigorno. Like, that's the one thing I knew. Like, there's like, okay, there's a couple things you know. You're going to breathe, you're going to pay taxes, you're going to die.
Right.
If it's delivery, it is definitely not DiGigorno.
I feel like that's hurting DiGigornos.
I can choose actually not to do those three things.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, not one of those.
yeah.
You're,
Yeah.
Did you
Right.
say death? Is
Yeah,
death one of
death
those?
is
You're
definitely
definitely
one of
breathing.
that.
Yeah, the breathing. When you pass out, your system takes over.
Yeah, so
That's true. But while you're unconscious from not breathing, the government's gonna be taking that tax money out of your wallet.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
two of those
you're right.
things,
You're right.
for sure.
I can just be
Um,
immortal.
And death tax is the thing. I played
That's the
Monopoly
one
or
thing you
whatever.
get.
Oh,
is-
yeah.
But you're going to be paying taxes forever. Think
Yeah.
about
It
it.
is. That's the punishment.
But seriously, like, how do I live in this world anymore? Like, when I knew an absolute truth was when a pizza man came to my door, I was 100% sure that it was not a DiGigorno pizza.
Can you imagine like commercials now where like it's this big DiGigorno's commercial and it's like a lot of money spent on it and the guy's like, "Is it delivery?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." That's the end of the commercial. There's no DiGigorno's never mentioned
Their
anymore.
new slogan is "It's delivery. It might just be DiGigorno."
This is
You want to
called Gap.
gamble on DiGigorno?
no, they're gonna say, "Is that a thawing pizza in my mail? What the fuck is this? How are they gonna deliver those?
Like,
just gonna slap
I don't know.
some
I
stamps
didn't.
on
I
there?
didn't dig too far into it.
I mean, you have
like
like
how.
Grubhub, you have
Yeah.
everything now. It's
Oh
not gonna be
God,
that
Joey,
hard.
are we going to be subcontracted to start delivering DiGigorno pizzas?
Oh shit, man!
I hope so.
Is there some guy in a big suit going to come by and go, "All right, so we're taking this over. This is mine now."
It's me,
man.
Jim DiGigorno.
Jimmy DiGigorno himself shows
And they
up.
come, and your mozzarella's topper's sitting there. And he just slaps a DiGigorno sticker on it.
And then if you disagree, he like Robert De Niro, untouchable, like smacks you with a baseball bat and
Yeah.
kills you because this game is no fucking
No, he
joke.
slaps you with a cold DiGigorno.
Yeah.
and kills you.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
Slits my throat.
And he's like,
Slice
"Don't
of
worry."
frozen pizza.
And right before he
Stuffed
kills you, he
crust.
says, "It's not delivery. It's just whatever."
It's not cheese in the stuffed crust. It's rolled up
it's not
pennies.
delivery, but it very well could be DiGigorno. It is.
Yeah,
delivery.
how are they going to deliver that? Like postage? You're just going to get like, I bet it's going to be like that Publishers Clearinghouse where they're like, "Oh yeah, that's totally happening. Don't mind that all this footage is clearly from the 90s of us delivering these big checks."
What's that guy named? Robin Leach or something like that? He would come to your door with a giant check.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Robin Williams. They're like
No.
still showing like Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, we'll bring a big check. And it's like footage of Robin Williams bringing the check.
It's freaking out.
I bet
like,
that
oh, how
Jim
old is
DiGigorno walked into the Blue Apron headquarters. He kicked the door open. The security guard tried to stop him. He smacked him with a rock hard pizza.
Whoa.
And
He throws
said-
personal pans like ninja stars.
Yeah.
Oh, like shurikens. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he carves out a couple of those like the pizza breads to like make like pizza knuckles or something like that. And he's just like attacking
Breadsticks
security.
as samurai swords.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, does DiGigorno make the? It doesn't matter.
I don't
With
know.
my joke, it doesn't
The
matter at all.
joke works. Shut up.
Anyway, he walks in, he takes over Blue Apron. Now on the website, it's just like DiGigorno's like slapped over top of everything.
Yeah.
That's so
Like you can get a pan-seared salmon, and it's like an X through that, and it's like you get fucking pepperoni pizza, idiot.
You can get chicken wings in
It's
a
coming to your
frozen
house
pizza
whether you
box.
like it or not.
And like, why'd you buy a PNC Bank? I want a loan. Well, no, we don't have that, but you can get a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh
There's-
yeah, you put your bank card in the tube, and then it just
Shoots
comes
out.
down with the like lukewarm pizza jammed in the pneumatic tube.
That's
Either that or like I think that about 1/3 of DiGigorno pizzas end up black and rock hard from drunk people starting to make
totally.
them. I've done it twice in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I started a DiGigorno pizza in the oven when I was drunk and then did pass out and I woke up and it was in fact a black piece of coal in my oven. So
it's not delivery.
I've
it's
lived a
destroyed.
pretty cool
Whoa.
life.
Jim DiGigorno drives one of those like one of the first automobiles that's like got a smokestack, and he just has like a little assistant that shovels in black DiGigorno pizzas.
Old black DiGigorno
And it's like, oh my, it's Jim DiGigorno, and he's got like a top hat and a monocle.
Yeah, but instead it's not like, oh my, it's like, oh no, it's Jim DiGigorno. He's coming to take our business.
It's like American Gangster style, yeah.
yeah.
That is crazy. That's like Blockbuster opening a movie theater. Like, you have to rent movies and you just come to us. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's just shitting on its own basic premise.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
but you know what, guys? I was thinking about this. DiGigorno's been delivery all along. How does it get into my house? I go get it and deliver it from the grocery store to my oven.
Where the fuck are you going?
I thought you were about to say you don't remember doing that because you're drunk in the grocery. And you just wake up.
I
and you
do
have
live with a
DiGigorno in
Kroger
your
within
freezer.
walking distance. So
Are
I
you
could be
positing that
something.
your You're your own delivery guy?
I'm positing that DiGigorno has always been delivery.
You keep waking up in your house and there's a burnt DiGigorno in your oven, and you don't remember how you even got that DiGigorno.
Yeah.
It's just burnt in your oven.
Yeah, and my wife is just like on her knees crying, just like, again, you promised it would
said
never
never
happen
again?
Right.
Yeah. I tried to feed our daughter.
she texts Quinn and runs out the door like, I have to go to my mother's. I just can't.
I, Jim DiGigorno, convinced Elon Musk to make me a Tesla that runs off of burnt DiGigornos. I will rule the world.
It's pretty efficient. A lot of people get drunk and forget they have DiGigorno in their oven.
We're gonna launch a rocket into space, and there's gonna be a spacesuit that's driving a DiGigorno.
You better be careful. If you're on Santa's naughty list, you're going to get a lot of burnt DiGigorno for Christmas in your stockings.
A slice of burnt DiGigorno.
Ooh.
So it's all nominal. This is the same thing. They're just saying they're delivering
You
it.
get a
but you still gotta
you get a
get
box of those chicken wings and those DiGigorno combos that no one wants. That's what.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. You can get a
you-
DiGigorno with like 5 chicken wings.
Is that one of those
Yeah.
wings where it's spelled with a Y because it's technically not food? I think we talked
Probably.
about
Yeah,
this before.
it's not
Like,
chicken.
yeah.
Yeah, they call it like wing giornos or something.
It's
Oh,
called
man.
food, but with quotation marks around it.
With the side of food.
wings like made with
Do you want to buy a
made
drink?
made with imitation cheese. And it's
Yeah.
like, what does that mean?
How do you imitate cheese? What have you done?
But it's these are chicken wings. What do you mean the ingredients are imitation cheese?
It's all cheese.
Well, I am drunk, so I guess I'll take it.
I am
Oh,
drunk.
cool. But they stuffed the wings in the crust. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
People keep dying because they're swallowing chicken wings.
Jim DiGigorno, he's like just sitting there stuffing individual wings. He's like, this is what the people want.
One day we'll finally be able to bring these to people.
I can read their minds with my giant pizza Cerebro that I made.
It's the big room and it's just pitch black.
Find all the burnt pizzas. Find all the burnt pizzas. Find them. But there's so many of them. Find them all. Please. X2 Pizzas United.
Yep. All right, guys. I just had to share that with you because
I
it
didn't know.
made me really upset that like this would happen.
What are we? Some kind of...
Say it.
No, you
Say
told me
it.
not to, so I'm not going to.
Well, you started
Little
it.
inside baseball.
Yeah,
You told
so
me not to make that joke.
I did, and you fucking ruined it anyway.
Yeah, I did. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
You have you have my permission to die after you make that stupid joke. But
I made the joke into a different joke
Guys-
about not doing it. Mm.
yeah, if you have a good Suicide Squad reference joke, you may share it with the class. But if you don't, keep your fucking mouths shut.
I just wrote down more Bane quotes. Just made some up.
Yep.
Your suicide must be severe.
Do you feel like Katana?
Well, I heard if I take away that katana.
All right, I'm reining you guys in right now.
Thank you.
We have 2 Will Smith characters for you all today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be pretty wild. So wild that I'll commit
wild?
suicide with my squad
Oh, fuck.
in the West.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah.
I got one more. Can I have one more?
Okay, yes. You have
All
my
right.
permission to kill some comedy.
If I take off that damage tattoo, will you die? Or will it hurt?
I like
Yeah.
it.
So,
Hunka.
yeah, we're going to have a lot to say about Suicide Squad. So,
And Wild Wild West.
yeah, it's going to be a 3-hour episode, guaranteed. If Suicide Squad is over 2 hours, I think we're allowed to make a podcast that long. Because it's a crime that it's that long. But today, for you guys, Jim West versus Floyd Lawton, a.k.a. Deadshot. Teams this week. Team Deadshot, me and Colin.
Yee.
Team Wild Wild West Boys, Corey and Joey.
Chia.
Can we be the shot squad?
I was more enthusiastic than you.
We can be the Damage Squad.
That's pretty good.
You guys can be the racist
We can be
squad.
the edge
We're the
lords.
Sisqo squad. That sucks.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Sorry. You've already lost.
Yeah. All right. It's been great, guys.
So, Corey, Or Joey, tell me a little bit about Jim West.
What I mean, Jim West. I mean, the song.
This is Jim West. He's got the president's back.
Also-
His wit and charm traps the souls of its victims.
Also, I didn't want to bring it up, but the movie did. He's black. Jim West.
They couldn't ignore it.
He's a
No, dude, we'll talk about that. They could have, and they didn't. But anyway, Jim West, Rough Rider, Desperado, you don't want none of all that good stuff. He is a U.S. Army captain
Yeah.
in the year
Nice.
1869.
okay.
And he is
Sick.
he fucks. Not to bring up an old theme, but the movie lets you know
That was
immediately.
one of my like 3 notes.
I
Is
have
that
it.
Jim West fucks?
I have it written like 3
Yeah.
times. It's crazy.
Might have been my first interest in women was watching this movie as a young lad and seeing that scene in the water tower.
Hey, pretty
I
hot
was
girl.
just like, oh, I think I'm into other things now. I took my Sega Genesis and threw it straight into the trash.
No more Sonic the Hedgehog
Right.
for me. So Jim West, he's a U.S. Army captain. He, he's very, very good with guns. Obviously, kind of an old cowboy. He rides around. He's kind of, I would say, he shoots first and asks questions later.
Yeah.
Kind of guy. But he, at the beginning of the movie, he. The premise of this movie is everything happens to the main characters. They don't really do anything.
It's all reactionary.
Exactly. There's no plot. Anyway, so he's at this old, what is it, like what do you call it, water tower, I guess?
Yeah, it's a water tower.
He's banging some broad who presumably he's never met. And there's this crazy plot with old Bloodbath McGrath. Is that his name?
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, and he's gonna.
He's got goo ear.
Yeah, God, it's so gross. I forgot all about it. But anyway, they're pretty much doing the movie GoldenEye because they're stealing scientists to make some scary weapon, which is
Yeah, it's like post-Civil War, but steampunk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly,
steampunk.
yeah.
And he is sort of a Western James Bond, right?
absolutely.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
it's weird because I guess the Q then is Artemis Gordon,
That's-
which
Yeah.
is his partner.
But that's if you've ever seen Wild Wild West TV show, that's what that show is.
Yeah.
It's like a fun slapstick. I mean, everyone's white because it was in the 60s, so
Right.
there's that. But it's like fun slapstick Western James Bond.
yeah,
It is that. So it's, I mean, it's kind of true to its source material.
Sure.
But Jim West, he's a U.S. Army captain. He knows his guns. He knows explosives. He knows it all, and he has this great
He knows
intuition.
Well,
titties.
He's pretty much right about everything
yeah.
too, because like throughout the whole movie, Artemis Gordon's like, "Oh, wow, we should probably do this." Like that stupid retina scene where they're like, "Oh, we should go to New Orleans." Well, let's look at this made-up science that doesn't fucking exist remotely.
Let's put a candle in his skull.
Yeah, and then let's
That'll
put
Shine a
glasses.
flashlight.
Yeah.
Let's put glasses in front of his eyes that way we can see things. That's how science works. And
Steampunk science.
steampunk science.
Well, yeah, and according to Artemis Gordon, he's the master of the stupid stuff because Artemis Gordon is the master of the mechanical
science stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which he
Right.
which he laments later on in the movie.
Like using pine nuts for tits or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god, as opposed to water. Jesus
Made with
Christ.
the finest pine nuts.
So that kind of segues in. Jim West is not only Jim West. He has this team. He has Artemis Gordon, who is this Q person, as we said earlier, who is. I'm sorry, he's insufferable. I love Kevin Kline, but God, this guy's character fucking sucks. He doesn't do anything, Joey.
Yeah,
He
they
just-
don't really do anything.
They don't do any. He gets caught every time he goes. He's a really bad partner. You know what? Forget Artemis Gordon. He fucking sucks.
He's got those hypnotizer things. They work.
Yeah.
The what?
He's got those hypnotizer like titty things.
Oh yeah,
those,
which
those
somehow
work.
That shouldn't have worked because that posits that he would choose Artemis Gordon over Salma Hayek when it comes to hot women, which is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it was
I
the
mean,
Old
he-
West, so,
he-
white people.
he
Yeah.
does.
Okay, well then tell me this, Joey. How does fucking Jim West persuade everyone like with his fucking Jasmine from Aladdin thing at
I
the end of
told
the movie?
you, the fucking, his wit and charm traps the souls of its victims.
right.
I was
He
thinking that
never
exact
wears
thing.
an
Like,
undershirt. He just wears his
every
jacket.
time that Artemis Gordon tries to do a disguise, it fails. But at the end, when Kenneth Branagh knows that they're a team and like, okay, Artemis Gordon is gonna have the black guy with him.
The one black person in the robot spider.
Yeah, and somehow he's tricked by the fact that Will Smith is dressed like a woman.
And it takes fire tits for him to go, wait a minute, you're Jim West. So anyway, on that note, Jim West is apparently really good at seducing people. Whatever, that might come into play. But hey, Jim West, pretty much, we can make this short. He's a cowboy. He's a fucking cowboy. He's a gunslinger. He's awesome at guns. He's a good hand-to-hand fighter, too.
Yeah.
Even has a good Indiana Jones gag where
Yeah,
the
he-
guy like does karate and he just smacks him with a shovel.
Yeah, and he fought Wolverine.
yeah,
Just an all-metal man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I called him
Yeah.
Robot Frankenstein because of Robot Spider.
yeah, makes
Robot
sense.
Frankenstein's monster.
Please.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Corey, if you want to go, I'd understand.
All right, Joey's got the rest of this.
Yeah.
I'll be outside.
Bring me. I'll be back for season 5. I'm done with this shit.
yeah. Call me up. I'll still do it for the other podcast though. But yeah, it's pretty much him. He's a gunslinger. He acts rashly. He kind of goes on his instincts.
And
He
he's got
fucks.
some gadgets.
He's got the gadgets that Gordon gives him. He has the knife blade. He's got the one shooter.
Yeah, does Floyd Lawton have a boot knife? Huh?
Probably has a boot.
No
gun.
more Mr. Knife Guy.
No more Mr. Knife Guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Well, yeah. Let us tell you a little
Hey, I
bit
don't do
about
good guy.
Deadshot, aka Floyd Lawton. He is the man that never misses.
Oh.
First off, he doesn't speak good guy. And
Yep.
he lets you know that. That's a line in a major motion picture.
I don't speak good guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't speak good guy.
Yeah, that movie is constant. That movie
That's-
doesn't
I think
let
you meant to say I don't speak good, guys.
No.
no.
No. Because, and it's the Army
I don't
team.
speak good.
It's the, yeah.
Thank you. I
It's
thought it was pretty
the
good.
Navy SEALs or whatever that are leading the squad and like give out orders. And they look at him and he's like, I don't speak good guy.
So
And it's like, that was tactical orders. They
Yeah.
didn't say like rainbows and butterflies. What the fuck are you even talking about? Sorry, this
I
movie's
sort of march
written
to the
by
beat of my own drum.
13-year-old.
But no, Corey, I'm sad that you didn't get to watch Suicide Squad because this movie, its worst crime, besides being really poorly edited and kind of boring and dumb, is that it doesn't let you infer anything.
Oh,
Right.
we have
tells
responses to
you everything.
No, I
they
mean,
are
yeah,
the
it's-
bad guys. They say that a million times. We're the bad guys. It's what we
It's
do.
the classic I'm a middle schooler who wrote this, where you present a joke and then you have one of your characters reiterate the joke
Yeah.
in a simpler form to the audience.
Well, how about this?
Every single time.
On that note, U.S. President Grant, also played by Kevin Kline, he tells Kevin Kline, God damn it, Gordon and Wes, that you guys need to get over your differences, even though they just fucking met. So just throwing that out
that was
there.
really funny, and I made a note of that. Also, I had a little what do you call it, Mandela effect. I could have sworn, I would have bet everything on it that Rip Torn was Ulysses S. Grant.
yeah, me too.
Nah.
I remembered that, and then when I watched it, I was
Yeah?
like, "What the fuck?"
The
I
whole
guess I
premise
could
of the movie
see
is that
that.
Kevin Kline is both of them, though.
I know. I remember him impersonating him, but I thought it was like a Rip Torn impersonation.
He's not. No.
Yeah, I don't
It'd be
know.
a lot better, though.
I just got him confused with Men in Black because
You're,
it's the
exactly.
same
You're
movie,
the better
but in the
movie.
West.
It's the
Yeah,
exact
it's
same movie.
Barry Sonnenfeld.
It's the same director, same premise, fish out of
Absolutely.
water. You replace fucking sci-fi
Right.
with steampunk.
Will
That's the whole
Smith,
movie.
Will
They
Smith
tried
gets a
to-
hip hop song for both.
They tried
That's-
to catch lightning in a bottle twice.
Right, no, that's what it was in the late 90s for Will Smith, was we're going to make a movie and we're going to team up Will Smith with like a stuffy white dude.
Independence Day.
Yep.
Men in Black.
Yep.
Wild Wild West. The trilogy.
Yep,
The
absolutely.
Matrix.
Well, that's the thing.
Would've
is
been Val
that, that's
Kilmer,
why
right?
he didn't do that movie, because he's
Correct.
like, oh, fucking Lawrence Fishburne isn't a stuffy white guy.
No, it would have been Val Kilmer.
Absolutely.
No, I'm
two
saying,
parts.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you that. Yeah.
It would have been Val
Okay.
Kilmer as Morpheus?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
What a way worse movie. Will Smith and Val Kilmer.
I can just imagine Val Kilmer just playing Jim Morrison as Morpheus.
Damn.
Like taking
Well,
peyote in the desert.
I would say there is a connection here because Deadshot in his like regular life wears a cowboy hat.
He
No
does.
fucking
Yes,
way.
absolutely.
Does he cover his dick with it at any point in time?
No, he dresses like a 1970s pimp.
Yes.
but with a cowboy hat that doesn't match.
Yep. Absolutely. That's
Oh,
when
dude.
Batman comes to arrest him.
That just
in the
reminded
middle of
me-
like
That's
a
rough.
busy street when Deadshot's with his
Wow.
daughter. Batman's like, of course,
yeah.
this is when I'll take down Deadshot. He's just like, hey, man, not in front of your daughter. But it's like, you attacked me
Right.
with my daughter around.
I will say Deadshot, he's an awesome fighter because Batman gets the jump on him, and Deadshot still would have easily killed Batman.
Yes, for
had his,
sure.
Had his daughter not been there and jumped in front
Would
of
have
Batman.
shot him in the face
Was his
with
daughter
his
like,
wrist gun.
"No, you
Right,
can't
like
kill
Yes,
Batman
absolutely.
knocks down Deadshot, and then Batman just stands there in the alleyway. Just stands and and Deadshot pulls out his guns, is about to shoot Batman in the face, and then the daughter runs in. And that's it.
Yeah, and then Batman pulls out his bat handcuffs.
He's a real
He
he
does.
does.
He does.
Yeah. It's
He
a
has
real
bat handcuffs?
Yes.
Yes. It's a real Wesley Snipes situation.
And Jim
where-
Gordon's like, you're not allowed to arrest him. You are a vigilante.
And then Artis Gordon's like, I invented those.
where no matter what happens, like Will Smith has to look cool. in that movie. So like,
Because
he can't even get caught by Batman.
Yeah, I for sure thought, because I hadn't seen the movie in a long time, I was like, oh, this is where Batman takes down Deadshot and gets him arrested. Nope. Dumb.
I've never seen it, and I'm really upset that you boys made me watch it.
Get fucked.
I knew, from all the internet hates and people like love to hate this movie. It's gonna be bad, but it was just so bad.
Dude,
I'm not even trying to jump on that hate train right now. It just was like, no jokes was just so fucking terrible.
Yeah, like I said, it tells you everything. It's just Will Smith, literally after calling Amanda Waller a mean lady, the villain Enchantress, he is just like, you are evil. And it's like, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, is she the good guy or the bad guy? And then Will Smith told me that she was in fact the bad guy.
Now we know.
Yes.
Well, because it confuses me the whole time because I'm like, I thought these were bad guys, but they're doing a good thing. So I was really confused.
Well, they have to
so
keep
I
telling
needed
you they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're doing this. We're the bad guys, remember?
Kenneth Branagh was the good guy in Wild Wild West,
Yes.
right? He never told me. Well,
Yeah.
Will Smith never told me, so I didn't know. I'm kind of...
Dude,
Right.
they should have
he
just
had the
like
disability.
Yeah, so you immediately root for
we'll
him.
get into that.
the fucking bad guy just should have been the Joker. It should have been like Arkham Asylum. Like,
That's what it was going to be.
That's what I was
Joker
gonna say.
should have just taken over Arkham Asylum. They had to send these guys in.
Yeah. And then
And like take it over, so it was a lot more like intimate moments and like more intimate like fight scenes and stuff, because they were like, all right, so we got bad guys, but we don't want to make them killers, even though they all like kill someone in their like intro,
Right.
But let's make them fight putties.
Yeah.
and it's
Putty
just like,
patrol.
what the fuck? Just throw some like worse criminals at them or something.
Just-
like,
Yeah, some
It
Joker
doesn't make
goons.
sense. I was telling Nick, that's the original Suicide Squad and Assault on Arkham, the animated movie. They're breaking in. They're doing a heist.
Right.
And that's why they need them, is so that they can do a heist for the government. And if they get caught, they can be disavowed. Because
Yeah.
they can't send in soldiers
Mission
to do a
Impossible.
heist.
Yeah.
So, but in this movie, it's not a heist. It's, what if another Superman comes down? How are we going to stop him?
Well, we
And
have
the
a girl
general's
with
like,
a baseball bat.
Right. So this squad
And the guy
which
who throws
is
a boomerang.
and a boomerang,
Yeah.
and Will Smith who just has pistols on his wrists, a guy who can climb real good with ropes,
Yep.
a crocodile man who's like strong but really only as strong as
I
like
had-
5 dudes.
I had
Yeah.
no idea that that's Mr. Echo from Lost.
It absolutely is.
yeah.
yeah. And
And Fireman.
and that's and
who doesn't want to do fire?
the movie she's telling this general, that's why we need this squad, because what if there's a bad Superman?
Yeah.
We need someone to defeat the bad Superman.
Wasn't
Let's
what
get
Dawn
this
of Justice
white
was
girl.
all about? Wasn't that
Yeah.
what Batman v Superman was about?
Yes, even the general. And here's the thing. Here's what you don't do with your movie. You don't have one of the characters say,
Reveal your
that
plot
doesn't
hole."
make any fucking sense. What is a girl with a bat gonna do against a Superman? And she's like, you'll just have to wait and see. I've got my trap card. And it's like, oh, no.
It's
The
a
character
witch.
just, yeah, it's the witch. But I'm like, that general he just said the plot hole out loud.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like,
it doesn't let you infer anything. It even tells you the plot
right,
holes.
They edited out everything else, but they didn't edit out the part where they reveal their own plot hole.
And
If
they
I were
didn't-
in that theater, I would leave that theater.
Right.
It
Right
didn't edit
now.
out the fact that there were 2 intros. That it like started out with like Will Smith and Harley Quinn,
Also-
and then it went back to Amanda Waller, and she explained what they did again.
Does it
Right.
have-
And their
doesn't it have,
names
like,
again.
Does it have like the text pop up like a music
Yes.
video? Or
Yes, but
That's-
then later there's a Guardians of the Galaxy scene where she's looking at them and saying their names and explaining their crimes.
like they're
so
the-
we've seen their
the whole
crimes
thing.
and we've seen their intro and their name and everything in their bios, but then 10 minutes later the same thing happens, only it's a person explaining it, like
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then
So
obviously
they have 2 different intros.
Yeah, it like that's why this movie was over 2 hours.
Right.
But then Katana did not get her own intro, so that's why Joel Kinnaman had to scream her exposition real quick.
I've seen the clip. We've all seen the
you-
clips.
you-
This
you
is
referenced this
Katana
many times.
You know,
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
blade traps the soul of its victims. What you don't know is he says like 10 more lines.
I
So
wouldn't
if you watch
advise
the
getting
actual-
killed by her.
Right.
She's got my back.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
A whole just screaming it over a helicopter blade.
I'm Harley Quinn. Nice, or that
Nice
blade
to
is
meet
sharp,
ya.
or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck she stupid thing she
yeah,
says.
undercutting again.
I better not get cut by that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not.
Or like,
bitch.
she looks fun.
What? Yeah, it's just like, why are you telling us when you could show us her cutting somebody in half and trapping their soul in it?
She never traps anyone's soul.
No, she just
you never see it happen.
Yeah,
Because
at one
putties don't
point
have souls. We all know this.
At
Oh,
one
damn.
point, she opens
this
her
My
sword a
Name
little
Power
bit
Rangers?
and
Like-
like talks to the like whirling blade thing, but that's it. That's all you get. And it's like, oh fuck, she's gonna trap somebody's goddamn soul in that sword. That's gonna be amazing. Nope.
Yeah.
they already told us,
Her
so fuck
lover,
it.
she took the sword because her lover was killed with the sword, or her husband or something.
Oh, damn.
And then she killed the killer and got the sword. But then, she could have killed herself and spent an eternity fucking her husband in a sword. But she decided to kill like 100 other dudes because she used the sword to kill everybody. And I was telling Katie B when we were watching it, I was like, I bet later in the movie she's going to die, and they're going to be like, now she can finally be with her husband. I'm like, yeah, and like 50 other dudes, and they're all going to watch her fuck in this sword.
There's no other room in this
fuck?
sword.
Right.
It's just one room.
Tapped this sword. We need a new one.
Oh, man.
Man, that's really
It was,
dumb.
it's a horrible, horrible, horrible movie.
Yeah, man, it sucks. But anyway, yeah.
Deadshot.
Floyd Lawton, he never misses. He is an expert tactician. I mean, that's about
That's
like
mainly it. He
Yeah,
just
he's an
never
assassin.
misses.
He's got pistols. He's got like a sniper rifle,
Wrist pistol.
wrist pistols.
Even
And that's
his gadgets, though, it's just wrist pistols, and then he...
We have a wrist pistol.
He,
The
pick-
one.
he picks up, like, ARs from fallen dudes.
no,
yeah.
he has a special cool AR.
yeah. He has like his red
Little
one.
DMR thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I was really mad because when it showed him being an assassin, he's like watching this dude from like 3 blocks away and like, you better give me the money. And then when he gets the money, he shoots him with his wrist gun. I was like, what? You sniped this man? And it like, he didn't just snipe him, it like ricocheted off 3 things and
that's
hit
cool.
him in the back of the head with his wrist gun.
From, like,
Did he have
a
the
block
sniper rifle
away.
out?
He doesn't
just-
miss.
Well, he's, like, up on a building, like, a block away or
Yeah.
so, and then the guy's, like, entering a building, and he's on the phone with the client, like, he's about to go in that building, you
gotcha.
better pay me. And then he gets the money, and he's like, cool, and then just, like, holds his arm over his shoulder.
He's like, bam!
And shoots.
Like,
He farts.
Yeah, like, down a city block of, like, New York or something.
yeah, it's like
He never misses.
Okay, I know he never misses, but like that wouldn't happen. Like I can't. I know there's putty monsters and a sky beam, but like, give him a sniper rifle.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
He's called Deadshot.
Yeah, like I can't. Like he's that good where he just like farts out a bullet out of his wrist gun that probably wouldn't go that far.
I also don't know that he's a master technician, not to handicap us, but at one point he does tell Harley Quinn it's going to be up to her to help him take out some Navy SEALs.
Look, I'm gonna
He's like,
shoot
you can
7
do
or 8
it,
of these
right?
guys.
And it's not, hey, you have to distract them and I'll take them out. It's like, no, I'll take like those 5 guys,
distract
and
them.
you take those other 5 guys.
yeah, with your baseball bat,
right
and
with
she has
with your
one
comically
pistol.
large wooden hammer, and they are like in full combat
Tactical
gear.
gear, yeah.
And he's like, all right, you're gonna take out those 6 guys, and that's the plan. All
And
right,
I trust
cool.
that you can do that because
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Sure thing, Mr. D.
Yeah. Yikes.
That sounds great.
Yeah, we can't. And the Joker's garbage.
Hey, but he also survives helicopter crashes like it's nothing.
Yeah, everyone
Helicopter
does.
slams into the ground, and he immediately just like unbuckles and steps out, just like, wow, that was.
So
a
did
thing.
they when that movie crashed like literally 6 helicopters. It
Yeah,
just
dog.
kept crashing them.
How do you up the stakes?
movie.
Yes.
They're talking
Like,
like, in
every
the
time-
window behind them.
Every time that they'd fly a helicopter into Midway City where the skybeam was happening, it would just get taken
Dude,
out
literally.
immediately.
Okay, so they fly in, they get shot down. Then they have to go rescue Amanda Waller. She escapes on a helicopter, gives him the middle finger, flies away, gets shot down. The Joker shows
Yeah,
up,
gets
in a
Harley
helicopter,
Quinn.
gets Harley Quinn, helicopter gets shot down.
Yeah. Like, it kept happening. And
Hey.
everyone always survived.
I will say,
Yeah, we need more helicopters.
Assault on Arkham, the much better version.
Yeah.
There's like 3 helicopter crashes right in a row.
Nice.
And I think they make a joke about it too. They're just like, damn.
Speaking of Joker and villains, I just want to say that Joker sucks. I want to posit to you, Joey, Kenneth Branagh is both the best part
And the worst part.
part
Yeah.
of Wild Wild West.
I think that character that he plays is a better
Loveless?
Joker.
Like, it's he's
Loveless is a way better
when
Joker
they
than
first
Jared
meet,
Leto.
like it's literally like they first meet and he's like, "Oh, Mr. West." Oh, I forget exactly how he phrases it. It's in my notes, but he's like, "Oh, well, you've darkened the occasions," or
Yeah.
whatever fucking pun he does.
Yeah.
And he's like,
You
oh, wow.
docking on doorstep or whatever. And
Yeah.
he's like, you have no legs, sir.
He's like, oh, I just figured, I'd want to give you a standing ovation or something like that. It's like, you added color to these proceedings. Well, I should feel like I should stand up and be accounted for. I haven't seen you in a coon's age. And hey, where's so-and-so? I don't know. Well, it's hard for you to even know half the people you know. And he's like, well, Mr. West, don't be a slave to your own disappointment.
A man
I'm sitting
of
here
your
going, why are
stature."
we doing this?
Yeah, fun, playful racism.
And then
There's a
later
lot of
on,
playful racism in
like,
this.
he takes,
Except at the very end when Jim West is hanging on to him off the cliff.
he calls him boy.
When he calls him boy,
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable with that.
He
I
did
was
that
like,
several
That's
times.
when you felt
just that one.
I
He
was
put
gonna
the
say-
gusto in it. I was like, I don't like that.
For me, the biggest one was
No way. I know he's the bad guy now.
I was
a
down.
while, but I'm with you now.
I was down for the giant robot spider in 1869, but damn it, him saying boy.
You can't
4
call a
years
black
after the
man
Civil
boy
War.
with that much gusto. All right, that doesn't fly.
There's the best line, the most like really you went there was Loveless kidnaps Selma Hayek, and he's like, oh yeah, I might have to keep her for myself. And Jim West is like, fuck you, dude. And he's like, oh, I know you well endowed black fellas, ooh, or this thing, but I can do it. And I'm just sitting here going, why? Or
I have a
what?
robot dick. Looks like a spider.
1999, dog.
Yeah.
It was just, it's unbelievable. And then that whole thing, like, oh, you've really, like, when they're hanging off the spiders, like, oh, you've really darkened the proceedings. I'm like, dude, you guys are about to die, and we still have room for these jokes.
The
Like,
fun racism gags.
I'm
Like,
gonna
sweet.
ring her Taco Bell
you might as
because
well.
she's Mexican. We can't forget about that.
No, she's not Mexican. She's fucking pointless. It's the most pointless
Boom.
damsel in distress.
Damn.
She literally does nothing.
But you kind of see her butt.
And that's another thing I want to bring up. Artemis Gordon, the way Kevin Kline talks about Salma Hayek in that movie, he goes on and on about her, like, oh, she has an amazing, saying words that make me feel weird, like she has an amazing bosom and incredible buttocks. I just can't stop talking about it. I'm like, dude, you're making me feel weird about finding Salma Hayek attractive. Congratulations.
You
I
did
can't
it.
imagine anyone ever doing that. But when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I'm with you, Artemis. And now I'm like, well, that's weird.
Could see that butt crack.
So what you're telling me, Corey, is when
breast of fresh ass.
when we're out at the bars and I comment on a woman's bosom, it makes you uncomfortable. I shouldn't do it anymore.
Let's say, like,
Well,
oh yeah, she
when
looks
you
great.
scream it out.
Yeah.
Check out these bosoms in this
You
bar.
have
Just
those,
don't
you have those
ever
weird, like,
say-
hypnotic things, like, on your chest.
Yeah. And then your
That's a
tits set
little
on
strange.
fire, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're Jim West. No, just don't ever say the word bosom.
So I assume Floyd Lawton crashes a helicopter onto the spider robot.
Yeah, absolutely.
They fight.
Absolutely.
Well, keep in mind, like, at the end of I think this is important, too, at the end of the movie, because obviously Jim West and Artemis Gordon win, they get the spider, which I thought was weird, like, the government's
They
like, all right, you
inherited-
keep the giant spider monster,
We're
we'll
taking
keep
your
the
cool
White
train.
House. Like,
We're taking your cool train. You ride home on the spider monster.
and, like, it's shot in a way that makes them look like they're riding horses.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out, and they're just, like, fucking pulling levers. It doesn't make any sense. It's
fun.
amazing.
That's
I
a
know,
lot
that'd
of
be like
fun.
some sort of weird, like, if it were happening now, it's like, oh, have you guys been out to the Midwest? They got that spider, that big robot spider that just sort of wanders.
And
You ever
a giant chair.
You ever seen the landscape out there? Well, it was destroyed by the giant spider monster.
Yeah, it shoots missiles, man. It's out there guarding our country.
What's a
we got
missile?
we have Air Force One,
I don't know, Joey.
and we have the President's Spider.
Air Force One. I think I'll take the president's spider to Camp David this weekend.
Camp David is the president. Is a spider now.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's so dumb. That reminds me too of like whenever that tank murders everybody at
The super tank.
the super tank. Which, let's be honest, audience at home, it's just a tank with a Gatling gun that spins around.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where Artemis is like talking to Jim West. He's like, "Oh yeah, this happened." Jim West is like, "I heard stories about that back in the day. I thought they were all war legends. Like, I didn't believe it. Like, really? You didn't believe a tank existed that fucking had a gun that rotated on it?
Yeah.
This is not Metal Gear Solid. Like, this is a real."
Maybe if they were talking about the giant mechanical
Exactly.
spider.
You were reversing your order of
Yeah.
things you shouldn't believe. Like, I watched that going, well, that's a tank.
Oh,
Like, it's-
giant mechanical spiders. Yeah, I've seen those.
but
They
a
got those
tank
over
with a
in
gun
Italy.
that rotates? That's unbelievable. Fuck you.
Those things used to wander the deserts back in the day. The natives used to make giant mechanical spiders.
My grandfather told me of a tank that rotated a cannon around.
Yeah.
Mr. Frodo, It's super tanks. My old gaffer would never believe this.
It's like, you might as well drop a tank with a rotating gun on, like, Hiroshima. It's that crazy, apparently. Anyway, it's real dumb.
Yeah.
But we have that. We have the giant spider. So that's
We do have a giant spider.
Okay.
Yep.
We have a helicopter.
We have missiles, though. We, like, destroy rock formations in, like, an instant. It's pretty dope.
Fun fact, tanks are called tanks because they thought they were water tanks. That's how they were disguised.
Whoa.
They didn't have names for them. And Winston Churchill was on the committee that created the tank for the British in World War One. And they didn't have any. They didn't have a code name or anything. They were just.
Are
like,
you
the
telling me,
things.
Colin, that you're a fucking nerd?
Yeah.
Got him, dude.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta.
They're just like, this
so-
new weapon.
God,
it's
you
just a
Jim
weapon.
Wested him.
It's got a cool weapon.
Where's your soul now, bitch?
That's it.
On that note, the Secret Service also wasn't invented in 1869, starring Artemis Gordon and Jim West. It was
We don't
actually
know
made.
that.
I do. It was made in 1965, and also it was the Department of Treasury. The Secret Service back then was only existed to count the battle counterfeiting money. Like that was a big thing back
Right.
then. That's
Giant
all they
spider
did
monsters shoot
until
missiles.
McKinley was assassinated in 1901. I think
Right.
it was. That's when the Secret
When
Service
the gi-
became protecting the
When the
president.
giant, when the giant
what
spider monster
they
murdered
want
McKinley.
you to think.
Yeah, you're right. I'm being dumb.
It turns
They
out
covered up the giant mechanical spiders for too long now.
Really, they're
we
covering it up
found-
because some guy in the desert is driving it around right now.
we found a vault with a picture taken from a different perspective at Ford's Theater. As you can see, it's a giant robot spider monster
Oh, wait,
with a
put you
top
in a-
hat and a monocle. but
Wait,
he has a
put the
gun.
turn it upside down and put the glasses on it. You can see in the retina the robot spider.
Right.
Shooting a missile at Abraham
It's
Lincoln.
just like
Like his face, like, oh no!
There's a picture of like Abraham Lincoln, and then this giant spider monster like watching and clapping next to the blades, and then like, pulling out a little
small
derringer out of
pistol,
it.
yeah.
we
Yeah, it shows
exonerate
the
you.
derringer like real close up to the back of his head, and it starts to zoom out and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out. And zoom out. And then the spider monster's like bigger than the whole.
And no one noticed. Like this theater is full of people. No one noticed. a
They
giant
caught that spider monster in a burning barn.
Yeah,
Guys,
it
we
did.
already broke that conspiracy. It was Van Helsing.
Yeah.
that
it was.
killed
I almost said Hugh
Abraham.
Booth, like sincerely.
Oh no,
Just a character.
we're dumbing ourselves down.
God, John Wilkes Booth. There we
We're
go.
making ourselves more stupid doing this podcast.
Audience, listen to the last episode. You'll get it. It was really good.
Oh, it was a presidential spider, and that's why he had to go because it was fiction.
That's why he had that
So he
huge
had to
top
kill
hat.
They voted a spider in a mechanical spider into office.
Yeah.
He'll protect us with his missiles.
He's got a lot of good ideas. He says it like it is. I like
Again,
him.
what's a missile?
Don't worry about it.
All right, guys, let's talk about this fight.
Okay.
Okay. Are we all agreed that Deadshot is going to
Well,
crash a helicopter onto this mechanical spider?
Obviously, Deadshot goes to the top of a building, puts on some goggles, and then has to jump to go back in time.
Oh. He puts on his
Right.
cool looking white mask for 2 seconds.
Right, and then he goes to jump off the building, but instead just gets into a helicopter that then falls off the building.
Are you doing Men in Black 3?
Yes,
he is.
yes,
Okay, gotcha,
goes
gotcha.
back in time, and the helicopter crashes.
And
he's
crashes
like,
back into time.
Right, back into time. Like he goes back in time, and then the helicopter crashes, and he's like, damn. Back to the Future 3, he has to hide it in a cave until he can get Doc to fix it.
Yeah, and now technically
Right.
the Jim West is the younger Will Smith.
I gotta get
compared-
this giant
Whoa.
robotic spider up to 88 miles per hour.
Whoa. Yeah, they beat Kenneth Branagh.
It's your kids, Will Smith.
Put more burnt DiGigorno pizzas in there. We gotta make this thing go 88. Shovel them in.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're driving the giant mechanical spider back to the White House, and they're like, "Yay, we defeated everybody!" And then one of the back doors kicks open, and it's like, "What the fuck are y'all doing on my mechanical spider?" I'm trying to go in time to get letters from my daughter. I don't know.
Did you watch Back to the Future 3?
Yeah, he had to go get letters from his daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
He had to go back to fuck his mom.
Well,
Like he
no,
didn't want
when-
to fuck his mom, and then later he decided, "Yeah, I kind of do." And
When
wanted
he,
to get back.
yeah, okay, so he kicks open the door. He sees that it's Will Smith again. Joel Kinnaman pops out. This is Deadshot. He crashed a helicopter from the future to get back here and defeat you.
I advise you not to mess with his wrist guns.
I think Jim West would be like kind of like in the movie. Like, no matter what you say, he just not interested. Like,
His
he's
gun.
like, yeah, whatever. Well, I'm just gonna go and do whatever mission Grant wants.
Artemis Gordon's like he looks exactly like you but older.
Just a coincidence.
Jim.
Coincidence. Never mind. You and your dumb science, Artemis Gordon. Because keep in mind, Artemis Gordon says literally guns. So primitive. So he's all about the science, and Jim. He doesn't have time for that shit. Jim.
High net titties. Don't forget.
Yeah.
His
almost.
his bullets will make your soul leave your body.
You better wear this.
They'll be trapped on a different
vest.
plane of existence. Death.
Now you see, Deadshot can hold a gun like pretty good.
Yeah,
like I believe it when he's holding a gun. I'm like, he knows how to hold that gun. But can he spin a gun?
Whoa.
Yeah, revolver.
Whoa, he never spun a gun, I don't
He
think.
has a Terminator eyepiece though, which we haven't brought up yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
That
a
like
little-
measures distances and probably tells you people's social security numbers and
right.
like
It has detail files on human anatomy.
it's got Google Maps on it.
Yeah, but Jim West is so good that he can tell that an entire room full of people is like they're all into paintings, man. Because
That is true. He does. He
he's
does
so
have a
good at
keen
that.
eye.
Which might beg the question: why?
What a stupid trap.
Why would you wait till some woman comes in to distract him when there's 5 people literally waiting to shoot him in the face?
He's just been sitting in there by himself.
And also, how long have those people in the painting been sitting there? Like, okay, I'm gonna pay you. I need you to stay in this painting for the next, I don't know,
hey,
7 years.
well, that's
I don't know.
like, oh man, today I'm on painting number 2 shift.
Man,
like,
I
what
like
a shitty. No one ever comes in this room.
That's
Why
the
would?
cold. That's the cold painting. I don't want to be in the forest.
Yeah, like he has a weird. He's like
Blue's
holding his worlds. He's like holding stuff over his head. That's such a hard pose, man.
There's a guy who comes out in this big black costume and he's like, I'm in the burnt DiGigorno painting.
Guys, we derailed again. This fight. Are we agreeing that Deadshot did in fact go into the past?
Well, I mean, what else does the Artemis creates something that he calls? Oh yes, I've created a not now but then machine. Like fucking some stupid dumb name.
It's called a now and later.
Yeah. I like that. Put the giant mechanical spider in the future.
Into the not now but then machine.
Yeah.
Right. The mechanical spider literally reaches up its arms and rips open the fabric of space and
Whoa.
Yeah, and it
time.
plops,
Oh, I did not know it could do that.
It plops down in Midway City, and then just as it's walking through helicopters, just crashing into it over
Yeah.
and over and over and over and over and over.
And he's like, what's this button do?
King Kong.
It says it's a sky beam button, and then a sky beam just shoots out of the top of the spider.
Well, I feel like Grant needs to go. All right, Artemis and Jim West, I need you to go in the future and stop 9/11. I don't know, like.
Look, in the future, there's like a witch goddess. She's been around for a long time. She's around currently because she was, like I said, a long time. And
Don't
she'll
forget about
continue to be around.
Don't forget about Katana. Her
She's
soul,
gonna
her
get
blade
recruited
traps
to a
the soul.
Task Force X, and then they're gonna steal her heart, and then Amanda Waller pokes her heart, and then makes him fall in love with a Swedish man playing a hick, and then
Just,
Jimmy, you getting all this? You writing this down?
you know what? Just watch Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Yeah, it's very, very similar.
I don't know what that is, Grant. Oh, I've already time traveled. I should have told you that earlier.
Well, yeah, Artemis has created a not here, but you can watch it machine.
Also, I looked into the future. I get mouth cancer. So if you boys bring me back some jewel pads, that'd be great.
jewel pads.
Yeah, they go in his lip.
I write in this book every day. It's called a not now but then book.
We're going to put you boys in a time capsule and bury you in the ground. And I'm pretty sure you'll end up in the future.
You got to give it 100 years.
Find my buddy Jim DiGigorno.
Tell him.
He's a time traveler from Alpha Centauri.
He's trying to take over the world with pizza.
It's like,
You don't know what that is.
Go in the future and tell him not to deliver DiGigorno because it ruins the whole thing. Believe me, it's going to ruin the whole enterprise. So that's why they go in the future, which is to stop Jim DiGigorno. And they're running the Deadshot.
Yeah.
It turns out if you look in the mirror and burn 3 DiGigorno pizzas, Jim DiGigorno shows up.
God.
And it says not supposed to be delivery.
He puts
And
you
then
in his ghost oven and cooks you till you're black.
And then meanwhile, Jim DiGigorno is like, I hear these assassins are trying to kill me. Better hire Deadshot to help me out.
Nice.
I'm gonna need the money before I fight. Shoot this guy who looks exactly like me.
Those pizzas better be in my fridge.
What's the payment?
I don't
50 pizza? All right.
No, he's
Double
like,
it.
I don't see those pizzas in my fridge. Still don't see them. Oh, what? Oh, you're going to make a whole month and then somehow pizzas are going to get in my fridge?
Oh, what's that?
Oh, they're
Delivery? Are
now?
you kidding me? Oh, you did the same thing.
All right. Yeah, I see it. They're in my fridge. I got the
Now
snap.
double them.
I got your TikTok. I see them in there.
And then Deadshot shoots Jim West, but of course he's wearing the dumb thing, and he's on the
burnt
ground
pizza on his chest?
for 75 minutes, and everyone's like, "Oh man, Will Smith died in the Wild West." Oh wait, no, he didn't. This movie's fucking stupid.
Because Kevin Kline invented chainmail.
Yeah, he did.
Mithril, actually. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
My eyes are burning.
We've gone for 55 minutes and have not mentioned the phrase Air Gordon yet. I'm surprised by that.
I cosplay as the president, and sometimes I dig into the mines with the dwarves. By the way, there's dwarves. And no, it's not the circus dwarves either.
But Jim West, I'm going to try to convince you not to make puns because it might be a race thing. I don't want to go down that road. We really shouldn't be in this movie at all.
I'm sure if we go into the year 2016 where Deadshot is, racism will be solved by then.
it will definitely will not be a problem.
Will not have gotten worse somehow.
Emancipation Proclamation 2 will have been out by then. And this will all
The
be
Reckoning.
fixed.
There's probably no way you can actually scream racist thoughts and ideas across the whole world. There's no way you
At
can
once.
do it.
Can you imagine in 1999 us just having fun with it? That'd be weird.
Like not making a big deal out of it or
Like a
anything.
nudge, say no more for racism. Anyway, you
No,
gotta
it'll
save
all
the
be
world.
solved by then. The future's going to be great and
Can
bright.
you imagine if I was taking some Ambien with my cigars and then I got on the telegraph and started just telegraphing out a bunch of racist stuff like that?
I mean, I'll never be on SNL ever again.
Anyway, that'll never happen. The future's really cool and progressive. Until it's not.
provided that you save it, of course.
Oh my god. You have to stop racism.
You have to stop Roseanne from making that tweet.
Oh my
that tweet.
god.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about Jim West going into the future, saving the future.
It's a time travel.
And by the
movie,
future, I
right?
mean the not now, but then.
Right.
So he has to solve racism, stop Jim DiGigorno, and kill Deadshot.
And
He's got a lot on his
himself,
plate.
Right. And if you do one of those things, you accomplish the other two things.
But the crazy thing
I'm
is,
not
Joe-
sure which one it is.
The crazy thing is, there's like a weird like looper thing where Artemis Gordon's like, I've invented this weird flat bread thing you put cheese and sauce on. I call it an Artemis DiGigorno or something. I don't know. Artemis DiGordon. No,
DiGigorno.
DiGigorno.
he just calls it Air Gordon again because
Yeah.
he's fucking out of ideas.
I put flaxseed in between the bread.
And Jim West is like, that's never going to work, you
Oh,
stupid
no.
white person.
You never felt a titty? Put tomato paste on there.
Anyway, take a couple of these metal collar things with you so you can, if you see yourself in there, you can trap him with this and shoot maybe a spider disc at him. And you know how magnets work. We saw it in this movie.
Yeah.
Those things are like Destructo discs from
He
DBZ.
has. Deadshot does have one of those things, but it's like a bomb. He's got a collar, right? Or
Oh,
an
that's
implant.
true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
So he
the
has
thing,
his
the whole
own sort
premise.
of neck device.
Oh,
it-
that's
Kill him.
true.
Does it like work like a plot device? Like where if you carry it around, it'll just randomly take you
Whoa.
to a railroad, even though you're surrounded by metal things anyway?
Yeah, that movie really doesn't understand the concept of a magnet.
That movie doesn't understand the concept of plot.
Like when and he's like, all right, I'm going to undo your belt, which that would make his pants fall down. He'd
Yeah.
have to pull the whole belt out. He doesn't. And he's like, we're going to run in a different direction. And then they do, and then it waits 4 seconds,
Yeah.
and then they come back together. Like, you know how magnets work?
good visual gag doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah.
Not at all. You
If I put my boot on this magnet, that means my neck magnet will come off of it.
Damn.
my least favorite part of that scene too is like when they're in the little square. He's like, "Oh, your toolkit. You're Artemis Gordon." He's like, "Oh, my toolkit. It's not there. I guess Lovelace took it." And then later on in the movie, he literally is like, "Oh, there it is. I guess it must have fallen out."
In the mud.
Are you fucking? You fell off a fucking whatever they call those things. The thing you jump into, the valley thing. You are so far away from where you've ever been, and you find this toolkit. I'm sorry. because the script said so.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Because
unbelievable.
magnets, how do they work?
Yeah, fucking Aaron Paul would have a hard time with this movie.
In the future, there's going to be some clown people. They'll explain these magnets to you. Don't worry about it. They wrote a whole book.
All jokes aside, Jim West is in the future now.
Yes, with Artemis Gordon and presumably a giant spider monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robot spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as he's driving the robot spider through the town, he sees himself, but older.
Whoa.
Man.
Whoa.
That's crazy. What's going to happen next?
Whoa.
I'd say that we're definitely going to find out when we come back.
So now that we're back, I just want to throw out there that Wild Wild West, the song, is a lot better than Wild Wild West, the movie. So
Sisqo.
much so.
Whoa.
Sisqo, exactly. It's funny. I was looking at the lyrics today, Joey, and I'll be honest with you. I didn't know he was saying the word Sisqo. I thought he was saying, like, let's go or something. And I looked it up, and it was like, no, it was... That's how Sisqo got started, was...
Sisqo and his boys.
Yeah, his band. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I
He had a
forget too.
band?
Yeah,
it was a
he's-
group in the song that he references, like... But Sisqo's like the guy... Straight to... No, I didn't know that. But anyway,
Fuck yeah, man.
the point is that I'd rather listen to Wild Wild West for 90 minutes and watch Wild Wild West, the
Well.
movie, which takes 90 minutes of my life.
The point is that he's not talking about Sisqo, the amazing rapper from the late 90s. He's talking about Sisqo Foods, the father corporation of DiGigorno.
Jesus Christ. It's all tied together.
All coming together.
Almost sounds like it's some kind of conspiracy.
Well, Corey, you say that the song is good, and I believe you. But,
Have you not heard it?
Sounds like you don't.
But
Did you not get the Burger King sunglasses from Burger King?
I would argue that Suicide Squad has a way better soundtrack because it just picked 10 to 15 seconds of all the most popular songs and just shoved it wherever in
was
the movie.
one of those songs
what
Wild
about-
Wild West? Because that'd
What
be
about,
really
what
funny.
about that Skrillex
Maybe.
song that had Jared Leto in the music video?
Whoa.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Really?
I didn't know that was
Let's
a thing.
watch it, guys.
I'm just going to hit you with a few, Corey. Fortunate Son, Spirit in the Sky, Bohemian Rhapsody,
All 70s.
Slipping into Darkness, Super Freak, Without Me, Eminem.
Oh,
just-
yeah. That one was real.
I like how
yeah.
you tossed in Eminem because I didn't know what you were talking about until
And
you
then the
said it.
song just ends.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
That's
30
what, like,
seconds in,
somebody.
it ends.
It's like when I like my first film editing thing, like where you're just like, ooh, what if we put this song here, but you don't really incorporate it into the scene.
Right.
You
The
just
head-
kind of like play it over it, like that's cool, and then you just stop it.
Yeah, the head of Warner Brothers' 13-year-old son came into the editing room and no one saw, and he put the unfinished movie into like iMovie, and he's just like, "Yeah, here's some cool songs. Oh, sick."
Hey, Dad, have you? I'm getting into classic rock. Bohemian Rhapsody. Have you
That
heard of this?
15-year-old was David Ayers.
Whoa, Dad. Okay, Dad. Mr. Warner is what I'll call you because we're
Steve Warner.
Steve Warner. Look, Steve, Dad. What if? Look, I don't understand that the Joker's crazy. What if you had like tattoos and it said like damaged on his head?
Dude, you
Well,
know what?
you're my son, Kevin, or whatever your name is.
Brain
Warner.
damage.
just like the movie could have been fixed if they like went to Arkham or it was like a building and they did it like raid style. They could have fixed the Joker by just saying it was Jason Todd.
Yeah.
That,
Or
that
just
would have fixed so
doing
much.
even less work and
Was
just
that-
taking all of his dumb tattoos and grills and
Dude,
and just
literally-
getting rid of all of it.
Literally in
David Ayers is such an edgelord, man. I'm fucking sick of him.
spoiler alert for Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh yeah, because he becomes
The
Red
2010
Hood, right?
video game?
Turns out Arkham Knight is Jason Todd.
Yeah.
You know, he's bad now.
Under the
Ooh.
Red Hood.
Isn't
Yeah,
he just
under
Red
the Red
Hood,
Hood.
though?
Yeah,
Isn't
he's Red
Arkham
Hood.
Knight Red Hood.
But yeah, Jason Todd, he literally has the J tattoo on his face like Joker does in Suicide Squad.
Right.
What, you mean like the actor or
Sick.
the character?
And
The
in
character
Batman,
in Arkham Knight, the
Yeah.
Jason Todd character in Arkham Knight, has the J like on his face.
Yeah.
Just like Jared Leto's Joker.
Doesn't he wear a mask throughout most of the game?
Yeah, but you see his face, and he
face.
has a fucking J on.
Yeah,
it.
I'm just saying, why tattoo a J to your face?
I don't because the Joker fucked him up, dude.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Joker tortured him for like years.
That's
Yeah.
like fucking Batman tattooing a goddamn bat on his fucking cheek.
The Joker tattooed it on his face.
Yeah.
I assume so. Yeah,
Okay.
Because he kidnaps him
Yeah.
and like
beats him
does things.
mercilessly.
And in Batman
he
versus
killing
Superman,
jokes him.
he even has
Death in the family.
The dead,
the
yeah.
old dead Robin. Yeah, it would have made so much more sense.
yeah,
That's like the moment in the movie where I was like, "That's a better movie." I'm gonna pause this movie and just think about that movie
for 90 minutes.
exactly, and that was a better movie.
I'm gonna turn on a timer. I'm gonna think about it for 90 minutes.
Man, what if?
And I'm gonna play Fortunate Son on a boombox.
What?
And Bohemian Rhapsody, and Super
Right.
Freak, and Spirit in the
Yeah.
Sky.
Oh, sick.
What if we finished this fight?
Yeah, but Wild Wild West is
Okay.
all about extending it unnecessarily. So
So
that's
is
what
Suicide
we're
Squad.
doing. Right,
the
there
third
we go.
act starts 20 minutes into the
You Wild Wild West.
This
or-
is the sky beam.
Okay, no.
It means in the late aughts, the late teens.
This is the third act. This is where we
Right.
wrap up the movie.
There's a blue sky
but
beam.
there's an hour and a half left.
The blue sky beam takes your money if you let it. If you watch it for too long.
The blue sky beam will win an Oscar somehow.
The Wild Wild West, that's what it does. Like, whenever Jim West gets shot off the spider and you think he's dead and he just goes back and does the rest of the movie, I'm like, why not just do the rest of the movie then? Like, you could have just done that. You could have fought the Metal Frankenstein. This movie could have been... This movie... here's the thing. If you would have told me that instead of it being based on a TV show, someone told me, you know that Will Smith song called Wild Wild West where he explains a bunch of stuff, we should make a movie based on that. I would believe you. Because the plot of that movie is so slim and so fucking stupid. It's like, well, he says something about, this guy named Loveless, and, he says AG, Artemis Gordon. I don't know. We'll make it up. It's fine. Movie sucks. I was so disappointed.
It's really funny. Oh, I'm sorry, Corey.
No,
do it.
Wild Wild West is funny?
No, it's the situation, but say what you're going to say.
Because the situation's not funny. Because
You
that
know.
movie sucks.
Well,
They did Wild Wild West because Mission Impossible was
Yeah.
a smashing success.
And The
another
Fugitive 2. The Fugitive 2,
Well,
yeah.
another 1960s like spy
Get
show that's
smart.
goofy and
Get smart.
funny.
Well, that came later. It
Yeah.
didn't work.
And then Tom Cruise made it successful, and they're like, let's do the same thing but black.
Let's do the same thing, but Men in Black.
yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what I meant.
But I was going to say it's
And
funny.
also, let's throw in the Spider Monster because of that. We got to have that because of the
Right.
producer of the movie or whatever that.
Yeah, we all heard Kevin Smith talk
yeah,
about that.
that long rant that where the punchline is like an hour and a half in.
Yeah. But I was going to say, Corey, that it's funny that you were going on about all this because as soon as we hit pause for the break, you were like, great, I got to get all my grievances out.
I saved the best for last.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I'm just going to say, and this is more to Joey because I wanted to be on Wild Wild West as opposed to Suicide Squad. When I watched that movie, I was like, this is going to be a fun late 90s, 90-minute. Like, I'm going to have a good time. And
That's
just
how
watching it, I was like, this movie's fucking so stupid.
That's how I felt about Kazam. When we did Kazam, I'm like, oh, I'm so psyched to watch Kazam, and then my eyes glazed over.
That's
through
how I
half of
felt
it.
about Steel.
Yeah.
Also,
it's really
Corey,
sad.
I will say that we felt like that during Suicide Squad. Not that it was going to be great, but we watched Suicide Squad and we're like, please give me some Wild Wild West to rinse out that taste.
I will say I didn't watch Wild Wild West thinking I should be watching Suicide Squad right now. I
did.
was thinking like I should throw this computer in the garbage.
All right.
I think I'm done.
Okay, cool. We can continue with the fight then. So,
Yes.
these fools are squaring up, right?
Is that what you call a giant spider monster scaling up?
Yes. So, Jim DiGigorno has tasked Deadshot with taking out Jim West before Jim West can change the future or whatever we decided and kill Deadshot, other Will Smith, and like solve racism or whatever we talked about before the break. Basically stop Jim DiGigorno from delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
So, I think that Jim West has got his giant spider and his Artemis Gordon
Yeah.
coming towards. We'll just say that Jim DiGigorno has a giant sky beam, right? Like that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wherever
got a
his
tower.
headquarters is. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
he's
where
got a
DiGigorno.
giant DiGigorno tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be like triangular, like a pizza slice.
Okay,
Ooh.
I like that.
that. Yep, it's fun.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't know how to get all these burnt DiGigorno pizzas delivered, so he has to create a big sky beam.
He's like, I'm
Right.
gonna overcook the world.
Yeah,
He doesn't want people to complain about the pizzas being overcooked. If
Right.
everything's overcooked, then nothing is overcooked.
Oh. Some people just want to watch the pizzas burn.
no one watches the pizzas burn. You pass out.
Exactly. If they were watching it, it wouldn't have burned.
Yeah. So yeah, I think since we made it a triangular shaped building, that spider, mechanical spider, can scale it
Okay.
easier.
Very King Kong.
King Kong style.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I agree with that. So Deadshot tries to take some shots. He doesn't miss because he hits the spider.
Yeah,
It just doesn't do a lot.
he-
He's
he-
like,
he says,
he's like, it's still fair game,
Exactly.
baby.
My record still
My
stands.
record's clean.
Hey,
Still stand.
It's like, it's like when you're playing pool and you're like, no, I meant to hit that ball in. That's not a scratch.
I touched it.
But yeah, exactly. So he can't get it. So he's like, what am I really good at? Surviving helicopter crashes.
He is.
Yeah.
He's solid.
So
at
I
that.
think that he starts taking all of DiGigorno's personal helicopters because he's got a bunch. He's got to deliver those pizzas.
Yeah.
That was his first idea. It was like, I'll buy a fleet of helicopters.
And I'll just drop them out the helicopters.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting out a forest fire. No, I'm going to drop the pizzas in the forest fire.
and they get burnt out. There you go.
Well, that was the goal. He's like, the Amazon's burning. I can do two birds, one stone. I can stop the Amazon by smothering it with pizzas and cook all these pizzas.
Right.
And they're delivered. That's three.
To
That's
the
three
Amazonians?
birds. Yes. Yes, exactly.
Trees like pizza too, dog.
Right.
You know?
He's like Deadshot. He's like, my tweet's still accurate. I technically delivered those pizzas.
They went
Don't come at me.
somewhere.
This is true.
Don't at me, okay?
Yeah.
then pretend.
So I think that Deadshot just starts like flying these helicopters
Right.
and then bailing out.
And Kevin Kline's like, oh no, think back. The spider, its natural enemy. Helicopters.
Hey, Jim West, remember that scene where you were in the desert and you had that tarantula and the helicopter killed it?
I'm imagining
God.
like the Spy Kids 2 with all the tiny little monsters,
Yeah.
like a tiny helicopter.
Killing the spider.
By the way, Artemis Gordon would say, "My God, it's an Air Gordon with blades or something." But yeah, he tries to convince Jim West, like, 'cause Jim West is like, I'm gonna like punch this helicopter out of the sky because Jim West is stupid.
He solves problems with punching.
Exactly.
And burning people up with
Exactly.
sweet burns, sweet jokes.
Yeah, and spinning his gun.
Jim West wants to punch. Maybe he starts spinning his guns, thinking he can fly like the helicopters. Kevin Kline's like, no.
He's like, we'll
not how
shoot
that
missiles at the helicopters. And
What
Jim
are
West-
missiles?
Yeah, exactly. But he does it anyway, and Deadshot has to keep like throwing these helicopters at the spider, and then he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna take the last DiGigorno helicopter and just fucking ram this thing. I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna do what I do best, and that's shoot these dudes to death
Yeah.
while saying something cool with my wrist guns.
Which is weird because that's also Jim West's thing. But
Right.
I guess it's a Will Smith thing.
Well, okay, so hold on. What about this image where the helicopter's coming towards the spider and the spider's coming towards the helicopter, and both Will Smiths jump out in front of both of them because they're like, we got to jump head first into battle.
we have to.
We have to. We're dumb and we just like fight people.
Yeah, we go on our instinct. We shoot first and ask.
You
So
mean
yeah, I'm
very
imagining the spider running at this helicopter, and then both Will Smiths jump out in front of him and like fucking run into each other.
You're talking about The Matrix Reloaded.
Yes, always. Yeah.
Will Smith saw that and he was like, I can still do
I should have been in that
I
movie.
can still do the Matrix.
He has like for a brief like shot, a couple frames. He has like an old Asian man with him in his
Yeah.
arms.
Sure.
Yeah, Keymaster.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah, all right.
Or a black woman who keeps changing every movie. Either way.
So these dudes jump at each other, and then there's just like a giant explosion. Cut to black. Both of them wake up. Jim West and Deadshot next to each other. They wake up and they both see that they have those dumb magnet rings on their necks.
Which are slightly
Whoa.
more shaped like pizza cutters,
Yeah.
just to keep the theme.
Yeah, sure.
And they hear somebody talking, monologuing. It's like, oh, they thought I was crazy, huh? And they look over, and there's a massive tower of DiGigorno's pizza boxes.
Yep.
And Mr. DiGigorno is sliding down them like a crazy man.
Well,
And he
I was gonna
throws
say-
a match over his shoulder, and
Yeah.
he's like, "This is just half."
He wheels over to
Pizzas
them.
pizzas
and
are
guess,
cheap.
Yeah, guess what? The wheels of the wheelchair he's in are burnt pizzas, obviously.
Hello there, Deadshot and Jim Wells. How are you today?
Exactly. He talks just like him. He's probably a descendant.
My
Yeah.
great grandfather was loveless.
I know that you came from the wild, wild west past to defeat me. And I know that we had a deal, Mr. Lawton, but I can't have anybody knowing about this. No loose ends. So he takes his giant pizza machine that's obviously on the roof of the DiGigorno building.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what I
Like a big cannon.
like a big dumb pizza cannon.
That rotates, and Jim West is like, I've heard legends of this. A tower that shoots pizzas 360.
And he's like, you
must be-
have?
No. Forget it.
But he's like, this is my ultimate delivery system. I'm going to send everyone in the world a dumb magnet necklace.
Sign up at DiGigorno.com. Get your free magnet neck brace.
Download the Magnet app to your phone.
And I'm going to shoot these DiGigorno pizzas from my pizza cannon through the sky beam that's burning up the earth. It'll burn the pizza instantly, and I'll deliver it right to their dumb throat.
Literally, their throat.
But first, I want to test it out on you, fellas.
Are we saying that the ozone layer depleting is because of DiGigorno and his
Yes.
sky beam?
Yes. Yes.
We got to break down the walls of the space oven door.
The ozone's the reason why the Confederates lost the Civil War.
He's still mad.
Whoa.
And he's blaming the ozone.
I got my great grandfather's diary. He called it a not now but then machine.
It's like that episode of South Park with the chicken and or the whale and the dolphin. Like, I feel like somebody tricked him into believing that the ozone layer was the reason that the South lost the war.
Oh my gosh.
But he's like, I built my empire.
No, he's like, everyone's burning my pizzas, but if I burn the world, they won't know the difference.
Exactly. If it's all burnt, nothing's burnt, man.
I'm going to burn the world. It's going to be all burned on the outside and still ice cold in the center.
So then he's like, I'm terribly sorry, gentlemen, but I have to be going now. To do the honors, I've hired a new person to help me. Her name is Harley Quinn.
Oh, hey, Mr. DJ. It's me
fuck.
with my pink and blue ponytail.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Jim
I'm
West.
totally not Artemis
She doesn't have a
Yeah.
hammer. She has a giant pizza pie.
Oh, and she,
Pizza peel, excuse me.
she's fucking splatting the pizza. She's the pizza Gallagher. She's splatting the pizzas with
Oh, Mr. DJ, watch out. You're in the splatter zone.
in the sauce zone.
used to dance with the Supremes.
Oh,
God.
oh, the pizza Gallagher.
That pizza gallery.
I hear Batman has quite the rogue pizza gallery.
But then Jim West looks past Jim DiGigorno and sees that it's definitely Artemis Gordon in
not
like
Margot
some
Robbie
dumb
at
white
all.
face,
Well, if it's like
and like has like missized boobs.
made of half like water, half what was it, like fucking pecans or something? Like
No, it's the plastic that the DiGigorno pizzas come wrapped in,
He
but it's
just
just
kinda
like
bunched
stuffed
it up.
Yeah, bunched
Yeah.
up.
But everyone else is like, oh my god, he hired Harley Quinn.
look at that hot woman with the baseball bat. I mean pizza thing.
And she takes the pizza cannon and just boom, hits Jim West.
She's got them 3 cheese titties, you know what I'm saying?
I don't. I disagree with that premise. I was trying to move on.
Stupid.
Those movies are stupid.
You said 3 cheese titties.
What about stuffed? That's better.
Yeah.
Little Caesars, and like they always stuff their crust.
Don't worry, Mr. J. The stuffed crust.
Yeah, I'm gonna stuff. So much easier.
I'm just watching Colin
dumb thing
trying to
that you
contain
said.
himself. This is great.
May I continue with the premise, please? So she,
Extra cheese. Got it. Go.
yeah, Harley Quinn, Artemis Gordon shoots Jim West down, and then she's like, "Yeah, you're next, Mister Deadshot."
Mr. D. I mean, I think it's right there.
Yeah, Mr. D. I just did it to myself. I think that Deadshot sees this and he's like, okay, I know what I have to do. Because if Jim DiGigorno, not only did he double cross me, he's going to explode and overcook the world. And he has a daughter
Yeah, I think
that's
that
in the world.
I think that Jim DiGigorno like went on this big rant like he does in the West. Like, now, people, we're gonna reclaim the world by burning the entire thing. I'm talking about every block of every city, every daughter is gonna be burnt. And then Deadshot's like, well, that's interesting. I have new information to consider.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, look, man, I just want to say that I agree with your premise, with all of this.
Whoa.
I hope that we can be friends.
He just says,
like,
whoa, I don't speak pizza. You are evil.
not yet, because he walks over and he's like, hey, man, we can still be on the same side. I love burnt pizzas. I'm a huge fan.
Nice.
Goes over, gives him a big bear hug. He's like, we can do this. And then that's when Harley Quinn fires the pizza.
He holds him tight, squeezes him.
Yeah, I told you when you hired me, I never miss.
You never let me feel your crusts before.
And
then
your delivery served.
Whoa.
And then boom, he makes the sacrifice play for his daughter
Yes,
to not get burnt up.
exactly. And that fucking burnt pizza, like a burnt shuriken, goes right through the air, cuts Deadshot's head off, cuts Jim DiGigorno.
Yep,
Boom.
dead. That's when Jim West pops back up.
Yeah,
Boom.
Talk about Deadshot.
Right. They pick up DiGigorno's body, throw him into that sky beam, Emperor style.
Yep, burn him up. So they go over and they turn the obviously comically oversized oven dial.
It requires
off.
Artemis Gordon and Jim West, which
Yeah.
is a fun thing because they always argue.
Yeah, he takes off
Shut the fuck up.
the silly wig and he's like, it was me. And he's like, I knew it was you.
We did a thing
He
where
takes
we
out his
caught
fake
eyes.
breast, and it's the letters that Deadshot's daughter sent to him.
I found these outside. I don't know. There's a bunch of crayon bullshit. There's a fucking dumb drawing of a fucking dog by a
DiGigorno
tree.
had this whole Fahrenheit 451 thing that he was this bit that he's doing because he's like, I'm burning the world and I'm therefore books and letters, any sort of written word that speaks out against
Because some
DiGigorno.
books talk about how pizza should be, so we can't have those
Right.
books around.
Yeah.
Real pizza manifesto.
Yeah. And now that DiGigorno's is finally
Pepperoni
defeated,
Real meat lovers manifesto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and now that DiGigorno's finally defeated, Little Caesars can rise because those fools are never ever gonna deliver pizza. I
Exactly.
don't want them to. It would automatically be cold and old.
I imagine throughout
It
this
defeats
movie,
their premise, just like DiGigorno defeated their own premise.
I imagine throughout this movie we just described, Jim West says, "I'm hot and ready" at least 5 times.
Yes.
He's sponsored.
He's wearing a shirt that has the Little Caesars logo on it.
That's his affirmative. He's like, we gotta go do this, and he's like, pizza.
And then
Why are you saying that? Just say okay.
Artemis Gordon and Will Smith, they win the day, and you think they just get into a Honda Element and drive off when it has the DiGigorno's pizza topper on it, instead of in a horse.
Well, they ride off in a mechanical spider in the first movie.
Well, it got
Eating a
blown
couple
up.
of slices of pizza.
Right. Well, it got blown up, so now they're getting into an old pizza delivery car,
Yeah.
and
Well, you gotta film it in a way that makes it
old-
look like they're riding a horse until you zoom out.
right.
Yeah, they're going back. They're driving back down the building, and they're trying to hit 88.
Like both of them have their hands up, and it zooms out, and Jim West is driving, and Gordon's not doing anything. He's just he's like
Yeah, and they're riding the horses, so it looks bumpy, but they're just driving over all the burnt pizzas.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Very Real Tournament. We're having fun doing season 4. If you want to check out previous seasons, just head over to our website, vrtcast.com. That's where everything is. If not, you can go to any podcast app. And if we're not on the one you use, tell us about it. We'll get it on there. Hit us up at vrtcast@gmail.com.
Unless it's iHeartRadio, because we have to pay for that.
Yep, sorry.
Sorry, Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
You're not getting us.
We also do another podcast. Well, me and Joey and Colin do. Corey's on it sometimes.
Yeah, check
it's
it
called Very Real Talk. That's also at our website, vrtcast.com. We got both of those up there. So make sure to check that out. Head over there, in your podcast apps. Give us a like, a subscribe, a rate, review. We want it all. We want to know how we're doing. We want to know if you like it.
Yeah, and it really helps our podcast grow.
Yes. That's the most important thing. We want to know how you feel about it, but mostly we want to make that money.
Right.
Because
We
we
don't
can't
sell
even pay
out
for
boys.
iHeartRadio.
We can't even pay to get on iHeartRadio.
We don't want to show. We also want to grow, folks.
Whoa.
So give us a little love and make it happen.
We want to be able to support the real hero, and that's Mr. Red Baron.
Yeah.
Get out of here, DiGigorno.
Otherwise, we'll be
Right.
facing
Red
our
Baron knows its place, and that's in the dumb freezer aisle.
We can only afford Tony's right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
no.
what a hard life we're living.
We can only afford Dollar Tree
Yeah.
pizza.
Do they have their own pizza
Yes.
bread?
And if you don't
They
help
sell
us,
fish sticks at the Dollar Tree, where everything's $1.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
Fish sticks.
Think about it.
Yeah, think about that one.
Now we're going to announce next week's fight. Does anyone out there in Listenerland want to guess? Just go ahead and send it to us right now. We'll wait.
All right.
I'm not seeing anything. I know I've given it 1 second, but I'm not seeing anything.
I have 4 screens open in front of me. No one's hitting us up at all, so...
Refresh. I'm hitting all the F's.
Get
2,
kinda bored.
7, 6. One of those.
Nothing's
It's like the
happening.
end of The Social Network where I just hit refresh
Yeah.
over and over again.
Okay, well, no one wins the prize then, which is a date with Corey Music. You don't win that this week.
You're missing out.
Next week's episode is Walker, Texas Ranger. That's right, Chuck Norris. We're finally getting him in here.
Goodness gracious.
And he's taking on the horror icon, Leatherface, from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Whoa, Texas. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, the common thread. We found it pretty easily.
Next week, everything's gonna be bigger, so stay tuned.
That was my contribution, so I'm glad Joey obviously loves it a great deal.
So, yeah, if you want to be caught up, just go watch a couple of old episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Couple of seasons.
Just get, like 3 or 4 seasons in. You'll know what we're talking about. Also, what Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are we going to be watching for this? OG, obviously.
OG, I'd say probably
2005 remake.
2005. Man, Dennis Hopper in the second one. We gotta watch that one. Dennis Hopper, he's the good guy.
Yeah, I'd say like
the
1,
you can
2,
go down
and the
that road.
remake was probably enough.
I
What
think
about the remake prequel?
the beginning,
Nope, that's definitely. I mean, unless you want some more R. Lee Ermey in your life.
which we don't, because that's why you would watch the remake in the first place, in my opinion. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
Yep. So, yeah, check those out. We're going to be talking about that next time. As for this week, let's get on out of here, guys, okay?
Uh-oh, you guys see that?
Oh,
shit, is that our DiGigorno?
oh no, they
Oh,
found us. We
God.
got to get out of here.
I called it in, guys. I tweeted at him, and
You-
he's sending us pizzas.
You betrayed us. We got to get out of here. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
I'm Skybeam.
And it's not delivery; it's Corey Music.
And it hasn't just been real. It's been very real.